Hello, weirdos. That's right. I just realized that I might offend some people when I call them weirdos. But
that just hit you now? Like, there's no other point in your life where you've been, like, you know, calling people weirdos might offend somebody?
I don't care.
It's called the Menacing Podcast.
It is. Hey, welcome back to another week.
I like the intro, so can I want to set the stage a little bit for our audience so they can truly appreciate it. So Brent's got like a Crocodile Dundee hat on.
That's not a knife.
That's not a knife. And so he's rocking out the Australian accent.
Oh yeah, down under.
Over there. Is that actual crocodile?
It is
skin?
not.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
No, it's kangaroo skin.
Oh yeah. Yeah, those guys are jerks. I think that's fair to make it out of it. That little
bugger hopped into my backyard and I got him with a knife.
Yeah.
He wanted to do a couple rounds of boxing, and I was like, no. Slit his throat, threw him in the boot.
You want to learn how to fight?
Yeah.
He is how to fight.
Exactly.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah, I get it. That's the tough Australian way. You do with the beard and the hat. You've got an Australian, vibe going on. The outback vibe.
I like it.
And that's a Subaru variant.
Oh.
Well, that was like for a while the number one car among lesbians. So I think you want to avoid that vibe.
No,
it's a little different than a Crocodile Dundee hat, but it's got that nice.
Yeah, I need the crocodile teeth around.
That's what you need. Yeah.
I really need to. So if our listeners want to donate so that I could go to Australia, I'll wrestle a croc.
I thought you were going to say donate the crocodile teeth, and I was going to call you out because I was like, you do not deserve to wear the hat if you get donated teeth. Donate
the money so I can go to Australia.
I think there was a crocodile found in the Kalamazoo River, last year? Could have gone down and wrestled that. Wow, that's Crocodile Dundee. John's got pictures up of Crocodile Dundee. Are those saved to your phone? Were they there the whole time? You found those very quickly.
No, that's the magic of the internet.
Little did anybody know, John is actually a huge Crocodile Dundee fan.
Yes. Yeah. Well, who isn't though? I mean, really.
That's true. Is he still alive?
He's reprising his role for the third. Alive or dead?
He's alive.
Okay, he's alive.
The Crocs haven't gotten him yet.
Speaking of that, moment of silence for Matthew Perry. I know a lot of people know him from Friends. I think he was actually an actor that was underrated. If you've seen some of his other movies, he was hilarious.
Actually, I have to agree with you. I thought of that too. He was actually a pretty decent actor. There's some very strong performances underrated, I should say.
Oh yeah.
I think people really just saw him as Chandler.
Yeah, I think
he could hold his. I've seen, and even some of the other TV shows he was in.
Yeah, funny. He was. Oh my. Well, I mean, I liked him as Chandler, but when he played in Almost Heroes with Chris Farley, oh my word!
I forgot he was in Almost Heroes. Oh my word!
Oh my goodness, it's probably not appropriate for children.
No,
but holy cow, it was so funny. I watched that movie so much when I was younger. He cracked me up, and then he was in another one where he was he was a process server, and he was trying to serve divorce papers to some woman, and for the life of me, I cannot remember that movie.
Really? That one I don't know. You're on your own with that one.
Oh my goodness! Well, he got stuck on a farm, and he had to pretend that he was a vet,
like a veterinarian.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And he had to help a bull out in a way.
Oh no!
Oh my goodness! It was it's so funny. But yeah, Matthew Perry, man, more than just Chandler for sure.
I think the one you were thinking of is called, was it Serving Sarah?
Yes. Yep. Yes. For some reason, all I could think of was Saving Silverman, and he was not.
That's a different one.
Yeah,
that's a different movie. So.
But and I was reading a little bit about that about him, and he actually helped people out behind the scenes that were dealing with problems that he faced himself.
Which is, he was a big drug addict for a long time.
Yeah, so he was trying to, if somebody came to him and they're like, hey, I need help with that, he was like, yeah. And really, I think that's what he wanted to be remembered for, not Friends necessarily. And it's a shame that a lot of people don't recognize his acting ability in other movies. I mean, yes, he was a comedian, but I think he could hold his own with like the younger Jim Carrey, even with Chris Farley, those Adam Sandler, that kind of.
Well, because those were the big personalities, right? Like they were personality-driven comedies where he was more understated, sarcastic.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, I loved his sarcasm. I know it's Friends, but I love
were you a Friends fan? I never was. I never got into Friends.
I have seen most of Friends, if not all of, and the reason why I watched it was because of Matthew Perry's character. I loved his sarcasm. Like there was a line that he did in one episode where he goes, "Yeah, if I was a man, I would do that," and everybody kind of looks at him. He goes, "If?" Just like it's just like his lines in there were so I don't know. I liked his sarcasm
and the delivery from those sarcastic lines.
Yeah, it's. But it's sad. He was young, 54.
Yeah.
I mean,
when he was on Friends. Is that driving in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, something like that. Unfortunately, there goes the reunion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they could still do it without him.
That's true, but it wouldn't be that funny.
No. You'd have to have David Schwimmer carrying it, and I just don't see that as.
Or, oh my goodness, I can't even think of the guy that played Joey.
Matt LeBlanc.
Oh, there we go. And
he lives.
And John's here.
Both Matt LeBlanc and John.
Both. Pivot.
Pivot? Okay.
What way?
Yeah,
are we pivoting?
Away from you? Pivot away? Pivot towards
Apparently you guys don't know Friends.
I literally said I never really was into it.
Take that.
It's great. We're going to have all the Friends inside jokes now on the podcast. That's great. Everybody will understand that and find it hilarious.
Yeah. So I think this is going to be the Evils of Comedy number 2.
Oh, that's right. We had the Evils of Comedy part 1.
Yeah, so this is part 2. The reason why... Oh my goodness, my filter's all over the place over here. Sorry.
The filter on his mic, not his actual filter for the podcast to make sure he doesn't.
Yeah, I try to keep that in check.
Sometimes, though, there's a lot of editing. But
So I've actually, for the listening audience, especially those who have listened, if you haven't heard the Evils of Comedy Part 1, go back and listen to it, because you might not understand, but I have upgraded in my wedding roles.
Oh.
Yes, so I officiated a wedding.
Have we ever addressed the fact that you can officiate a wedding?
Why are we dressing anything? I came dressed.
I said addressing.
Oh,
there's no dressing or undressing on the podcast, folks. That's why we don't film it. No, have we ever addressed it?
No, we haven't. So
Brent let's rip the band. Brent, if you need a
wannabe comedian.
Wait, did we address that on the Evils of Comedy Part 1?
I don't think we did.
No, it was something else that you could do vaguely.
Juggle. No, it wasn't juggle. It was be a smart aleck to.
That's right. Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah. Well, that was last week to your daughter posing as a waitress.
Well, no, but in the Evils of Comedy, I also said something to an actual waitress. And
no, it was to a bride.
No, that was when I was an usher for the wedding.
Yeah, that's right. Now but you weren't officiating.
Now I'm
right.
officiating.
So I just wanted to make sure we're not double-upping here. Doubling up?
Doubling up.
We're
there
not
we go.
Doubling up.
Double dipping. You can't double dip the chip.
Okay, let's just do a bunch of insider references to things. That's
Seinfeld.
Exactly how this should work. So yes, you can officiate. So if you have a wedding, he can usher. He can officiate all in one. He's the whole package.
I guess if the best man isn't there, I'll just officiate from the best man spot too if you need.
Your wife emailed if the groom's not there, you can definitely stand in for him forever.
Yeah.
She said no returns.
Yeah.
It's weird. That's how she signed off on the email.
No takesy backsies.
He's your problem now.
So I officiated a wedding this weekend. And right off the bat, yes.
Sorry, I have
yes.
some questions.
Yeah,
here
yeah,
about
let's-
officiating
Yeah,
the weddings. Any religion?
sure.
Okay.
Well,
No, you're very open-minded.
not any really. Because I'm not going to convert to like Hinduism. So
Do you
that
have to be a Hindu to do a Hindu wedding?
I would assume so. Like, because I'm sure there's many traditions that go into a Hindu wedding or a Buddhist wedding, or
I feel like if you're going to officiate one, Brent, you got to know these things.
Yeah,
Have you
well-
done any research?
I don't.
Why are you officiating a Hindu wedding then?
I'm not.
Oh, sorry, I got distracted by my own scenario here. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, carry on. So,
No.
Any religion?
Yeah, no, I don't think any. But let's.
Atheist? Would you?
Actually, the first wedding I officiated. So the reason why I became an officiant.
No, I agree, John. It doesn't surprise me either.
So the reason why I became an officiant is because I had a friend that wanted me part of the wedding, but his grooms I wasn't even thought of for a groomsman. No, actually I was, but there was a certain amount of groomsmen that he could have because of the bridesmaids, and he's like, you would be a groomsman, but we capped out, so I want you to officiate the wedding.
Why would that make a difference on the cap out on the?
Well, because I would look like a giant ring bearer if I walked by myself.
I mean,
Oh, look at the cute ring bearer. Hi, guys.
that must be their cousin Donnie. We've heard about him.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he dressed himself. I got like a checkered shirt on and
Look
striped
at
tie.
him with his little cowboy hat on. He's just so cute.
No, over here, down the aisle.
He keeps trying to go right for the bar.
Yeah, exactly. So I officiated that wedding. I don't believe they actually have any type of. I don't believe they were any like faith based. So they were like, "Will you officiate?" And I was like, "I'm not even licensed." And they're like, "No problem. We'll hook that up." So I'm an underground officiant.
Oh,
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of people who think they're married, but they're actually living in sin, thanks to Brent.
No, there was license signed. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I don't know if that necessarily.
Gives more meaning to the term officiating down under.
Yes.
Yes,
Down and down.
yeah, on the down low.
Very down low.
So, all right, so yeah, you're an underground officiator
Yes.
of any religion.
Just
Whatever, whoever will pay you the most.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. Actually, this is my payment right here. I'm wearing it. I got this sweet hat as a payment.
Nice.
So, yeah. I'm not
What is that
complaining.
made out of? What is that, actual leather?
Yeah, it's leather. It's nice. Do you want?
I think there's somebody actually waiting outside with red paint.
Yeah, probably. So I got to officiate. I got power drunk a little bit because the bride and groom were up. They came up to the front, and I did the whole spiel.
Hold on, John. Does this surprise you at all?
No.
Okay, thank you. I just had to get that out there. Yeah.
I didn't have a mic, which was fine because I have a big voice. But everybody was standing, and I go, "Everybody may now be seated." So everybody sat, and I leaned forward to the bride and groom, and I go, "Can I make them stand back up?" I was like, "That was really fun." The bride's like, "No."
You're like standing up front there. All of you will rise.
I was like, "We could turn this into a Catholic wedding very quickly."
Everybody's standing up and kneeling and standing up and kneeling. They don't even have the little kneeling
No,
benches.
yeah, and it was outside.
Oh, no.
So I had people coming up to me before the wedding going, "We're going to give you hand signals. So because it's cold, we're going to tell you to speed it up or cut." Or I'm like, "You want me to just cut mid-sentence if you throw the cut sign?" Yes. I'm like, "Okay, you're going to have to answer to the bride, not me."
And do you, the groom, take the... Oh, I'm being cut off. Never mind.
Yeah.
Silence you.
Exactly. And then, so I actually got to that part, do you take the groom? And the bride was like, I do. And I was like, I leaned forward. I was like, they couldn't hear you in the back. Can you please say that a little bit louder?
No, for the people in the back.
So she's like, I do. And she said it louder.
She's quaking and terrified, and you're harassing her about how loud she's talking.
Exactly. And then the groom, I was like, do you? And he goes like, I do. And I was like, jeez. I was like, wait for me to finish.
You like backhand him or something. You will not speak before me.
Exactly. So no, it was fun. So I like to keep the wedding party on their toes as I if I'm a part of a wedding in any capacity, I'm going to keep the bride and groom on their toes for sure.
I can only imagine.
Well, I mean, I was in yours too, so I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and I didn't let you officiate.
That's true.
There's a reason.
What's the reason, Russ? What's the reason?
Huh?
Yeah.
No, you were a part of it.
Yeah.
You were present.
I was present.
Yes. Look, we all make mistakes in our lives, okay?
Wait, were you just... What was... Was the mistake me being in your wedding or your wedding?
What's that, John? You had a topic you wanted to...
I'd like to hear the answer to that question.
Uh-oh.
You were pretty vague on that whole we all make mistakes.
Was I? I think you were vague. You were going on about the wedding.
Yeah.
I just looked up your Google review on Google Business. You get a 1 star.
Oof, well...
And it's actually that wedding is mentioned specifically.
He yelled at me?
Yeah. I didn't yell.
The officiant had a power trip. Is that what you call it? An officiant?
Yeah, I don't know. The
An officializer?
Yeah. Well, it was really weird, too, because the master and mistress of ceremony...
Ooh, surprised they haven't changed that name yet.
Yeah, no kidding. During the rehearsal, they kept asking me what to do. I don't know. You're running the show. I have my lines. You have yours. You do yours. I'll do mine. I can't run this show. Okay?
I can barely remember the lines.
Well, I didn't have to. I had a book with everything printed out.
Yeah, but how do you not lose your place?
It's pretty easy. I mean, you go, hey, welcome. We're gathered here today in the sight of God.
Do you actually adopt the British accent?
No, but I wanted to do the Princess Bride marriage. I told the bride after, and she goes, I'm so glad you didn't because I would have hurt you. And I was like,
that would have been worth the price of admission.
Yeah, I was like, it would have been worth it, though.
Yeah.
Wav. Wav.
That would have been very good.
But with that voice or whatever, it's very hard to project. So I don't know how far, I didn't want to do it, and it was just like the wedding party that heard me oh, okay, well, that stinks.
Don't you get a mic?
No, it was outside. There was no mic. So
it's probably for the best, actually.
Yeah, it probably is. Yeah.
I feel like you with a mic. Oh. All of a sudden you go from power trip to open mic night at the local bar,
Look at this groom, huh? What is he wearing?
What's with wedding food? I tell you what, this place is wacky. Look at all those cows watching that they get invited. +1.
Yeah, exactly. If you could, after the wedding, if you could go out and pick out your fresh meat, they're over in the field over there. We'd really appreciate it. You can also slaughter it for a low $5 down.
I'm just working with what I got here, folks. Calm down, okay? That's what I got.
Exactly. And it's really strange though, because it was pretty cold out for the wedding, and then 2 days later it snows in Michigan. It's just awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. Just your luck.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever. It's Michigan. But, what was really cool is I did get to see a cousin I haven't seen in 25 years. So that was...
Hey, that's nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I think I was the first one to recognize him. I don't know how I did, but...
At least you got the name right. That would have been awkward if you were like, Michael. No, it's Tim.
I was close.
That's what I was. You didn't let me finish. Michael was looking for you, Tim.
Yeah, exactly.
Is what I was going to say.
Exactly. No, so that was pretty cool, but yeah, that's so I have upgraded from usher to officiant.
Yeah, look at you. You're really just making it up there in the world.
I know. I liked leaps and bounds, people. Leaps and bounds. If you apply yourself,
That's all it takes.
you can reach the top.
He started out as he was just the guy handing out the programs at the door,
Yeah,
not even an
exactly.
usher.
Yeah.
They didn't even let him walk people.
No.
It's because of where he was seating people in wrong spots.
Hey, you know what? In that wedding that I ushered, 150 people came. I got them into 2 rows. So I was efficient.
It was the most uncomfortable wedding anybody has been at. But he did it.
I did it. No one was cold.
We have the whole church, right?
No. 2 rows.
This is all we got.
Excuse me, Grandma. Scoot down. Scoot down.
No, you can't have your walker with you. What do you think this is?
We're not having a free-for-all here. That's why I had it.
Boca Raton.
Yeah.
You're not at some retirement community.
That's why I actually had to become an officiant, because of the wedding that I ushered. They were like, thanks for getting everybody so close.
To the head of the usher, sit you down. I don't think this is for you.
Yeah. They're like, you need a different career.
The head of the Ushers Guild.
Yes.
I feel like they would be a guild, right?
Yeah,
That
I
seems
think so.
fitting.
Yeah. Yep. So
It's not going to be a clan of ushers, but you would have a guild.
can't use clan anymore.
Oh, that's fair. I was thinking more like Scottish.
Yeah.
clans.
Oh no, I get where you're
Okay,
coming
I just
from.
wanted to make sure we're all on the same page here.
Well,
I get where you're coming from, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a guild, the
Yeah.
Usher Guilds.
Yep. They were like, you can't usher anymore.
We think you should. We think you did a terrible job at this. How about you go and officiate the wedding? We'll put you up right in front of everybody.
Yeah, with a mic or not.
Yeah,
you get to control the crowd. Done.
You're going to be in control. The master and mistress of ceremony are going to come and ask you what to do.
Exactly.
You're going to have all the power.
I'm like that really bad worker that you don't want to fire just in case because you don't know how I'm going to react, so you just promote me.
Yes.
Like, I don't. You know what? He gets a better job now.
We can't afford more bad publicity, so I guess we're
going to bump you.
You're a manager?
Yeah, so.
That's why all the bad people are managers. I mean, let's face it. It's because everybody's too afraid to fire them because they don't know what's going to happen.
It's very true.
Are they going to go postal or what's going to happen here? So you're a manager.
There you go.
Go crazy.
I'll manage that crowd for sure.
That's
I
what
did.
worries me.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, that was fun. So anything cool happened to you guys over the weekend?
You've done it all, haven't you, at a wedding?
Yeah.
Except, have you been to a mister of ceremony? Or
No, I have not.
So that's
He's
what
been a mistress of ceremony.
I have
It was
been
weird.
a mistress. Yeah,
It was when he was going through a different period of life.
So that's just all you need to do, right? Just be a master of ceremony, and then
Yeah.
you've done them all.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. So just one more tick in my hat, and I'll have it all covered.
What they say, 3 times an officiate, never a bride.
Exactly. What?
Is that not what? There's something along those lines.
Yeah.
I think I got it pretty close.
Yeah, but it's really fun. It was a fun time. So it was. I think I worried the bride. Well, not the groom so much.
You didn't
but
have to say that.
definitely
Like, we all knew you worried the bride at some point.
Definitely the bride.
She probably made her cry at some point.
Yeah,
had to have her mascara redone.
Yeah, I showed up and she's like, "Oh my goodness, you're early." Yeah, you asked me to be here at this time. I can't deal with this. Okay.
I don't really take up that much space.
The bride was hilarious. I go, "Okay, so for wedding day, what time do you want me here?" And she goes, "Noon." Okay. She goes, "But for sure before 2." And I was like, "Is that when the wedding starts?" She goes, "Yeah." I was like, "So you don't want me running down the aisle?" I go, I'm here.
Pushing back past the bridesmaids and the grooms.
Exactly, yeah.
You knock over the flower girls. Flower petals go spilling everywhere.
Waving the Bible. I'm here. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's do this. I'm ready.
Move her to lose it, Grandma.
Granny gets whacked in the face with the Bible you're waving around. Be a horrible, horrible thing.
Yeah. So
New meaning to the Holy Spirit hits you. There you go.
yeah, exactly. You need to read this anyways.
Oh,
Grandma. Jeez.
Poor Grandma. She got a lot of hate on this episode. We are at the end of the podcast, though.
That's baloney.
Well,
We just started.
I know, but
John just started talking.
there is hope. That
There
was
is
the
hope.
most he's talked the entire time we've done the podcast. There is hope. There will be a second episode later on this week.
Oh,
I know I said
okay.
that last week and it didn't actually happen.
Oh.
You guys didn't know? Oh. I just ripped the Band-Aid off right there and break the news to you.
Yeah, actually, I didn't know either, so that's kind of a shock to me, too.
Oh, no, then I mean there was an episode.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no worries. Brent, take us home.
Hey, well, so thank you for joining us on
Going
this
the
episode.
slow way, apparently.
Hey, hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Menacing Podcast, or Twitter/X, whatever you want to call it, is at Menacing Podcast. Email us your thoughts, concerns, complaints, comments, themenacingpodcast@gmail.com.
Just menacingpodcast@gmail.com.
Sweet merciful. I knew it was that too. As soon as I said I was like, nope.
Every time.
Yep. You can find us on Spotify, iTunes, Google, everywhere. Just look us up. Whatever. If you have an Android or a great iPhone, you can find us. You can find us on any device you choose. And it behooves you to do so. So until next episode where we forcefully make Russ post it, we'll see you then.
I know Brent's coming to my wedding.